Hi everyone, welcome to week 8. At the end of this week, we will be halfway through the fall semester. On the right-hand side on your checklist, there are just 2 assignments this week, and there is no discussion requirement for this week. Both assignments are going to be upload assignments that are really easy for you to complete. Just a matter of you taking a look at your program requirements for your specific program, and that is going to help you to get ready for registration for your spring and summer classes. Okay, so for our announcements, on Monday, second half semester accelerated classes begin if you are in any of those. And on the following Friday, October 31st, Blue Boo will be held on campus, and that is in the Mickelson Center Commons. This is a free event that's for everyone. You are welcome to bring along your children, grandparents, friends. There are plenty of treats for everyone, and also different program areas at Southeast have activities for the students. There's sort of a scary fun house type of thing that the mechatronics students and electronics students do, and other program areas will have some different games and activities that are closely related to their area as well. So that's a really fun event. This will be the third one held, and it's a big one. It's been very successful. On Monday, November 3rd, fall registration will be open for online students, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. November 10th is when registration will open for traditional programs, so you may be taking an online class for student success, but otherwise you might be in an on-campus program. On Friday, November 14th, that will be the last day to withdraw from your regular start classes, and you'd receive a W on your transcript. And the same thing for late start classes. The date for that is December 1st. Okay, so along the left, talking about fall registration. This morning you would have received an email from Christy Vortherms. She's the registrar at Southeast Tech, and she was sharing with you information about the course offerings for spring and summer being available online. And registration doesn't begin until November 3rd for online programs, or November 10th if you're in a regular traditional on-campus class. If you aren't sure, you think that you're in an online class but you aren't sure, just send me a message and I can take a look to find out at our end what you show as, because if you aren't technically in an online class, you won't be able to register on November 3rd. So if you are taking all classes online and want that early registration, let me know that, and we can take care of paperwork to make that change happen. And so what you're going to be doing for this assignment, the assignments this week, to get you ready for registration, I am going to have you go out to look at your curriculum sheet, which is basically the listing of the requirements for your program. And then also within STINet, you have access to your own degree audit, which will show you all of your course requirements, and then it's going to show you what you've completed toward your course requirements. And I'm just going to have you submit copies of both of those to me, whether you want to take a screenshot, save it as a PDF, however you want to upload it. I just want basically evidence that you know where you can access both of these items. They're extremely important when it comes to registering for your future classes. And when you're looking at your degree audit, you're going to be able to go in to see the classes that are available for spring and summer for your program. If for some reason you want to take a look at all classes or other classes outside of your program, you're going to be able to do that through the course search. And this also would have been linked, or maybe not linked, but Christy would have included this information in the email she sent you as well, where you can find the course search information when you're going up here into the academics tab, and this link will take you directly there. So if for some reason your degree audit isn't loading properly, that your degree is not showing up for some reason, or maybe you have multiple degrees and only one is showing, of course you can let me know that and I can work to get that corrected for you. But just know that you can see all class offerings that are available through this course search option, or the one that's found through the academics tab. And otherwise, your degree audit, you're going to be able to see that it's easier, it's very simplified, because you're only going to be able to bring up classes for your program. So it's just less for you to kind of have to sift through. Okay, so right here, assignment 1 is asking for you to submit a copy of your curriculum sheet, and then the second thing is a picture or PDF, whatever you want it to be, of your degree audit. And the instructions to obtain both of those are going to be found right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and take you through it quickly, because this is also going to include your instructions for how you can register for your classes when that registration date opens up for your program, whether you're online November 1st or excuse me, November 3rd, or in a traditional program, that'd be November 10th. Okay, so the first thing that you are going to do is find your degree plan, and you'll find that out on the public site. I know this is really tiny, you'd have to zoom in a little bit maybe here. It's referring to the catalog, and that is our contract with you that says when you entered, these are your program requirements. When you get to the catalog page, make sure that you're working within the correct catalog, and you may might have started a couple of years ago, and for some reason this class just wasn't, it didn't get added into your schedule and it was supposed to, so maybe now you're kind of taking it behind a little bit. So just make sure that you're working in the correct catalog. Let's scroll down a little bit here. And so you can search for the name of your program here, or you can click into academic programs to browse all of them. And over here on the right hand side, so now I have clicked up the program requirements for business administration as an option for us. And right here you can click to get a really nice worksheet sort of looking degree planner that is going to be the most helpful for you when you are looking at planning out the courses you'd like to take. And okay, down a little bit farther. Okay, so the next step is you're going to want to go into your unofficial transcript, just so you can verify everything that you have taken is showing up on your transcript. And for anything that's missing, you'd want to let me know right away. But you'll be in the student tab of STINet, and then when you click on academic information, you'll have the option right here to view your grades and transcript. And I don't have a screenshot. I'm missing the screenshot that would show you where to click on this next page. So you'll have a next page that has your grades and transcript. And I believe it's kind of down the bottom right. You'd have a link where you can click on unofficial transcript. And then that will pull up this page for you right here. So on your degree planner, so up here when we were printing your degree plan, basically just go through, and I've obviously marked, blocked out these classes for the student here, but just go through and mark off the classes you've taken, the grade you received, the semester that they were taken, and then you just kind of have a nice visual of what you have left to take and when you would be taking them. And this is a screen right here that's showing what that printed degree planner would look like. So you can see you have a spot for you to mark in what your grades were, and it's nicely organizing so you know traditionally what you should be taking in a particular semester. Some classes can very easily be swapped around depending upon what's offered. And then there are some classes that will have a prereq. So for example, you can't take Accounting 2 before you take Accounting 1. So this is what that printable degree plan worksheet looks like. Okay, so after you've gone through your transcript and you've transferred everything onto here, the next thing that I want you to print for me is your degree audit. And we're back in the student tab, academic information, and then above the link you had just been on previously, you can click degree audit. And the really great thing about the degree audit is that you can, of course, see what you have left to take, but you're also going to be able to, in the future, use your degree audit to register. The registrar, Christy, in her email this morning, she said later in this week she'll be sending you information about how to register online. And one of the options that you have for registration is to use your degree audit. The other one will be this online registration link right here. The degree audit version is actually the newer process. We just started last spring. So some students still use the online registration just because that's the first thing that they learned. The students that I've worked with, I've just recommended them to go into the degree audit because it's very simple, sort of less things you have to sift through. So that's why I'm going to have you go into your degree audit now, so you would see how you can register right through that audit if you'd like to. Okay, so on the degree audit page, right down here, it's the section is referred to as STI degree audit. And then you can see your programs listed. This happens to be a student that had multiple programs that they were either at one point had signed on for, or they were receiving multiple degrees. So you can click view details to get to the next screen where you'll be able to actually click on your programs to get into your degree audit. On this screen, so again, you see those same programs listed here and their active links. And right above, you'll see that we have some advisors listed. These would be considered your academic advisors. They're instructors in your programs. I'm referred to as your student success advisor. It's an academic advisor that will actually need to give you what we call clearance for registration. In some programs, the instructor is going to reach out to you because they want to communicate with you in some way about the registration process or about classes they want you to be taking. And in some programs, no news is good news. So there's a variety. If you don't hear directly from an instructor, there's a really good chance that they've actually granted you clearance just because they weren't concerned about you in any way. You had good grades. There was no reason that they felt like they needed to talk to you, that you were just on the right track. But other program advisors just like to have more contact. So if you aren't sure that you have received clearance when it's getting closer to your time to register, you can either contact those advisors directly and just ask. You can maybe send a group email to all three or however many you have listed and just say, I'm just wondering if I have clearance or what I need to do to obtain clearance. And most likely, as I said, if you haven't received clearance, it's likely that they've granted it, that they just didn't feel the need to meet with you or communicate with you in any other way. Okay, so I'm just clicking, for example, on one active degree. And now you've pulled up the degree audit. So if you want to screenshot this to me, or if you want to click the printable version and view a PDF and save that and send it, you sure can, whatever your preference is. On the right-hand side, it's going to show you any grade requirements for the course. For example, there are some courses in this particular business program that require a C or above. So if you have specific requirements that are a minimum, they will show that off on the right-hand side. And so this is giving you a check mark of anything that you have met. Either you've taken them here or in this case, this person transferred them in. And if you are taking a class currently, it will show in progress. And if there is a class that you are yet to take, but you're not taking it right now and you haven't completed in the past, it will show required. And then right below, there's an active link for you to go in to see when that particular class is going to be offered. And on the next screen, so I'm not even sure which one I clicked on here to get to this, Business 130. So right here, Business 130. So I would have clicked right here to see available courses. And then on this page, it's showing me here are available courses. And I had done this screenshot before the newest courses were available. So I don't know for sure if they're going to have be defaulted to our current coming spring semester. So just make sure that right away you're looking at classes that are going to be offered this coming spring or summer. And along the left-hand side, you can see there's an area or column refers to as add. And there aren't any boxes here, so you're kind of like, well, how do I add it? You will only get the option to add once your registration window is open. So if you're an online class on November 3rd, or if you're an online student on November 3rd, you'd be able to pick which section you want here. You'd click on that, and then down the bottom it will say add course. And so then you'd click to continue, and that's basically getting you registered for the class. Okay, so again, the registration window isn't open yet, but you can go through and at least see and kind of start to chart out the classes you'd like to take. You aren't required to submit anything for your plan of what classes you want to take yet. All I need to see at this point is your degree planner. If you can screenshot that, or I just need to see in some way that you know how to access your degree planner and what classes are required for you, and then also your degree audit, which is showing right here. Just so I just need to know that you know where to access those and know how to use those to get you ready for registration. So this week's assignment doesn't it doesn't have much thinking on your part. You just have to basically get to those screens, and then in your future week's assignment, your assignments would be to show your plan of these are the classes you plan to register for, and then in 1 week, when registration actually opens, your assignment that week would be to just simply register, and proof of registration is all that's required there. Okay, let's see, I don't know if there's anything else that I needed to talk about. Please let me know if you have questions. I think I have my due dates right. I think I check those 10 times every time. I don't know how. I've had a couple of times where the assignments have closed a little bit early, so and thank you for those of you who let me know that so I could get it adjusted for the correct times for you to get your assignments in. Okay, you know how to reach me if you have any questions. Again, this will be the halfway point of the semester, and from here on out, things will be moving pretty quickly. Let me know if you have any questions at all, or if you're finding when you're going to a degree audit especially that maybe not all of your programs are listed, or there needs to be a correction, or if you simply want to make sure that you're in an online class or an online program, just you can shoot me a message and I can check into it for you. Okay, have a great week. Thank you very much.